You know, sometimes you just don't need one of those big ass cases. You know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that are like the size of a small child, right? You just want something that's going to hold your full-size power supply, your full-size motherboard, your full-size video card, and a big air cooler if that's where you want to go. Oh, what about radiators? Yeah, how about a 240 or maybe a 280? Again, you're thinking, oh, I gotta get a case that's going to be like, 3 feet tall. You don't have to do that. Caselabs has come out with the BH8 e-ATx case. It's compact, it's small. Actually, I have it on its side. You can see, it's only going to be about this big. I can't wait to open this thing up. Let's get in there to do it right now. I have not seen this thing. As you can tell, I have not pre-cut it open so I can take a peek at it, see what's in there. Nope. I'm seeing what you're seeing for the first time right now. So let's dive into this thing. I mean, what I'll do is while we're getting into this, I will give you my instant thoughts about what's on the case, what's about the case, what the case looks like, and everything I can think about the case. So the first thing that I've noticed, though, I did look on the website. I know I cheated. I did look on the website. This case does come assembled. I don't know if you've ever had another Caselabs case, but most of the time they come packaged flat and you have to assemble it. This one comes in as one piece. Now I was told that this thing was going to be like a blue color, and boy is it blue. It is definitely a blue color. I like that. I am so over black cases. I am so over just everything being so black. So let's see. This is comes with a build sheet, and it shows you actually everything that you can add onto this, or as you order it. Now I don't know if you've ever seen that either, but you go to a little website and you can actually customize this thing. What do you want on the top? How do you want your fans? How do you want the windows? How do you want the front? What colors do you want? I mean, come on. Where else can you get that? It's like going and buying a brand new car. You can either get the one off the lot and say, yeah, I'll go with that one, or you can customize and say, no, I want this interior, these rims, and this engine, and this setup. And it might take a couple of weeks, but you get what you want. That's the same thing with the Caselabs. You get what you want. All right, so let's take this out. Who saves that stuff anyway, right? It's exciting. It's like pre-Christmas. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. All right, here we go. Ooh. And another little box on the inside. Hey. Look at that thing. Wow, is that blue or what? I love the blue. So, I don't know if you can't really tell, but this thing is super light. I mean, just super, super light. It's all aluminum. The top panel is actually 2.3 millimeters thick aluminum. The side panels here, the front and back and the bottom, if I remember right, it is 1.6 millimeters. That's heavy duty stuff, guys. That's some good stuff. Let's take a quick look though. Let's see what's in this extra little box baggie here. So this is 5.25 bracket kit. Right on. Wire ties. Got to make that thing look pretty, right? It says spare parts. Gotta love spare parts. Gotta love spare parts. Thank you. This says SSD screws and hard drive kits and stuff. So there's all your extra screws. It's got actually rubbers on there to absorb the shock and deaden any kind of noise vibrations on that. Right on. This says it's the motherboard standoff kit. So it's brass with black screws. And then it says the case feet. I am not going to take my razor blade knife to that. I shall. Like I said, these things are, it's made in the USA. These are hand packaged here. They are made here. They are from the ground up made here. That's why it takes a little longer to get it. But it is, like I said, is a custom ordered build. Yeah, that new case smell. Just like that new car smell. Look at that. Alright, so as you can see here, it's got a window on the side. So available, if you want it, you can get a window on this side, such as mine. A window on this side, such as mine. You can get a window, a single window on the top, such as mine, or you can get two windows on the top, or you can get it with two perforated areas on the top. That's, again, where the customization comes in. What I like about that is it's a very clean look, very stylish, great shape, no sharp edges. Everything seems to be nice and flush. The sides coming together, nice and flush. The color all matches, so it has to be powder coated at the same time. This, I'm not sure if you can exactly see it, but it does have like some, it's either a white or maybe like a silver speck into it, so it's not a solid blue finish. It's got, I'm going to say, like kind of a blue matte finish to it, with a little bit of speckle of a different color in there, it looks like. Could be just a reflection from the lights, but I do see something else that's probably a hint of silver. So let's take a look at the back, which you can see is available. It's 8 PCI slots. Yeah, 8 PCI slots. Full side power supply. You can put smaller fans back here. Put a larger fan up on the top side. You can put 120 millimeter up here. I think these are 80 millers on the bottom side that you can put down on that. On the front, which I ordered, is I actually got it on the front side. You can either get 120 millimeter, which is what I got, or you can get this in 140 millimeter setup. On off button, USB 3.0, and of course your audio in and outputs. And here's if you want to put a different screen in, or if you want, you can put a little screen in. So like you've seen those fan controllers, you can put that in there to control your fans. A lot of little nice little options. Well, I'm going to grab my tools and we're going to pop this thing open. I was able to find one of my trusty screwdrivers, so let's tear this thing apart. There's quite a few of these screws are all Phillips head. Luckily they're short threaded. Doesn't take that long, but still with all the screws that are in here, it's probably going to take me a little while. And voila! All done. Look at that. There's the inside of the top. Looks pretty good. As you can tell, they've actually put nuts on the back side, so it looks like the screws here are actually probably spot welded into place onto the aluminum. I don't really want to take one apart right now, but you can see these pieces have been put in, so you can get the different configurations for, you can either get a window or you can get the screened side on both sides, so you can do vice versa or like it is, as you can see. Now the cool thing about this is, if I'm not mistaken, and we'll get into a little later, you can change the orientation of this as well, right? So everything is basically the same on each side. So in the case, let's say you want to put your radiator on this side. Oh, the magic, the magic, right? The same thing, I believe, if you look at it, we'll get into a little further, I'm thinking, is that if you look at the case as well, you can do that. You can move this top piece from this side to that side. It's amazing. They've thought of everything. So with the cover off, we can actually see into the case right now. One of the first things I wanted to point out is, as we were talking earlier, is that the bracket here for the radiator, right? So it does have 2 screws on each side. And it looks like just as simple as taking these out. Taking these out, that it can be moved to the other side. Or if you want to take it out completely, you can do that as well. As you can see, it was pretty easy to move it from one side of the case to the other side of the case. 4 screws, take the screws out, move it from one side to the other side. If you don't want it at all, you can just take it out completely. It's totally up to you. It does hold, you can put a 240 or you can put a 280 inside this case. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just take this out all the way. Gives us a better view to the inside of the case. Alright, so now we're going to take a look on the inside of the BH8. Looks pretty well laid out. What you're going to have here is where your motherboard is going to go, and then the big cutout in the back is just like you would have in a regular case, is where your CPU goes and your access to your back plate for your cooling setup. Underneath that, great idea, right, is they've got where one of the hard drive cages are at. So you're already going to have a little bit of gap on it. Air is going to get in there. Kind of a waste of space. Why not use it? Boom. So that's what they decided to do. So I wanted to show you where the motherboard would go inside the case. I went to my old pile and got this nice beauty. Look at that, man. Nice and bright. Different colors. Back in the day. Yes, it's old. This is an Intel Core 2 Extreme. Yeah, it's probably older than some of you guys watching this video right now. But I just want to show it so it's nice and colorful that you can see where the layout actually is. It sits like a typical motherboard. Of course, I don't have the standoffs on there. You can place it in place just as it is, or if you like, remove a few screws. This comes out. You can take this completely out and then add your motherboard to this if you'd like. All kinds of different options. Same thing here. You have the plate that you have your power supply that would be here, hard drives that would be here, all your other wiring that would be down on the bottom. Just a removal of a few screws. It will take one out. You can also gain access to this area. With the removal of just 8 screws, you're now into the bottom of the case. Full access to do whatever you'd like to do on that part of it. Again, you can have this in place if you'd like, and then just have access to the front half where your other wiring is at. Let's get the bottom of the case. You see here that there is an opening, and again, another opening. And as I was saying before, what is this opening? That's right. Very good. It's for a radiator mount. If you want to put a radiator, you can mount it right here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Ta-da! That's it. Look at that. See that? You know what that is. That's for your SSDs. Get access to your cabling that you have here. There. So there's your cabling that you can run from the front panel down through the sides and up to the front. You also get access to more of your wiring. Nice setup. I'm really liking this. Looks like they've really got into some deep thought on how to make this a much better design. So what I did wrong is if you look at it from the top, so you know that yes, I am human too, that there are 4 holes there. Well, I thought, hey, that's got to be tied down in 4 different places, right? Yeah, well, what I did is I unscrewed the hard drive cage. So the hard drive cage is actually supposed to be mounted to that. It wasn't supposed to be down on the bottom because I screwed up on that part. So that's where your SSD is supposed to be attached to that and then goes into the plate. Learn and live, as they say. Learn and live. So that's nice to get access to your other stuff in there. And I like that. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put these screws back in because I think I'm going to take the bottom piece off. That way we can get a look at the underside. So one of the cool things about Caselabs Case is everything's put together with screws. You can take this thing completely apart if you wanted to, which is what's happening here. So as I'm taking the screws out to remove the bottom side, it's actually allowing me to take out the motherboard tray. So the motherboard tray is removable as a complete unit, or if you like, you can just take out some screws here and just remove that piece. Again, a lot of thought going into this thing. This whole thing has come apart. Look at that. So now you're down to basically just the bare frame. We can see on the inside where you can put a different size, as I was saying before, you can put the different size radiator adapters. So it can be 140 millimeter, or you can do 120 millimeter. This is a connection point. It's already been pre-sleeved for your power button. Taking the bottom off, you can see this is where the hard drives will be mounting to. Very nice. I mean, again, how can you not like this, taking it completely apart, especially for a modder if you want to take it completely apart and you wanted to paint something. So let's say we want to just paint the back panel a different color, or maybe we want to paint these bars a different color. Being able to really customize this in one shot is really great. You got to take this apart, so maybe you want to do something a little different. Maybe you want to cut a hole here, or you want to do it. Just the ability to take it completely apart is really cool. Everything is powder coated. This is a black. Very nice contrast between the blue and the black. So far, I'm really liking the case. Everything looks really good. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some other videos that we'll be doing with this case. See you later. Alright, yeah, no, well, now I gotta put this thing on back together. See if I can remember how to do that. I was never very good with jigsaw puzzles. Hope I didn't take anything apart that I wasn't supposed to take apart.